to tell Erika that.
Yeah.
Erika is very shrewd. She's very smart. It was a great story. I can't really tell you who this was, but it was a very important person. And it happened within hours of the news. And the call goes in. She takes it because it was a very important person. And the question was to her, okay, so just as a starting point, like, what do you know? And she was like, I know everything. And I was like, that's amazing.
For a long time, it all sounded like rumors, easy to ignore, but now Andrew Kolvet is speaking and suddenly it doesn't feel like speculation anymore. Because once his name got tied to Erika Kirk in a way that couldn't be explained, people stopped asking if something was going on and started asking how long it had been happening right under Charlie's nose and whether he ever knew the truth before it was too late. Now, here's where things start to unravel because this didn't begin after Charlie's death. That's the narrative being pushed. Grief, trauma, two people leaning on each other, but once people started digging into Erika's past, that explanation started falling apart, especially with Andrew Kulvet explaining in a really personal way when asked about his first meeting with Erika.
I've known Erika since they started dating, since Charlie and Erika started dating. I remember the first time I met Erika, it was actually at Politicon in Los Angeles many years back. And I was like, who is this gal? Like, and Charlie was like, oh, she's hanging out with us today. Charlie, you could tell there was something different though. And I logged it. And Erika has always been tremendous, and she never sought the limelight. She was always very happy to sort of be doing her own thing and just be supportive of Charlie. And she's never been anything but just high character, just warm. She was a total asset to Charlie in the sense that, Charlie was so missional. He was so direct. He was so kind of on just, Energizer Bunny, and direct about what he needed to get done. And Erika was this humanizing presence just for the staff, for whether it was donors or politicians or whoever he was meeting with. And she was just so but content to be in the background and be the mom.
She had already built a pattern, multiple relationships publicly documented that she later denied ever existed. Old footage, photos, reality TV appearances, all showing a version of her that didn't match the image she sold later. She claimed she had never dated seriously before Charlie, but once receipts started surfacing, that claim didn't hold.
I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than going, I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way. But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. So it goes twofold here. So if you're expecting to marry someone that I was blessed with, like a Charlie, you have to be the type of woman that will attract a Charlie. Are you going to church? Are you going to Bible study?
Really handsome.
You look gorgeous. Are you fixing I got a little bacon. Babe, that's deep in there. Give them a cleavage. People want cleavage. Showcase it.
Sex sells, babe.
Sex sells. That's me.
That's against our religion.
It's not. It's within the confines of marriage.
And that's what changed the way people looked at the situation with Andrew. Because if she was willing to erase entire relationships from her past, then denying a connection with Andrew doesn't sound surprising anymore. Now bring Andrew into the picture. Before Charlie died, he wasn't just some random figure in the background. He was already positioned inside Turning Point USA, close enough to be trusted, present, but not prominent enough to attract attention. And after Charlie's death, something interesting happened. People started getting removed, staff, insiders, voices that questioned anything. All were purged quietly, but Andrew stayed.
USA did a massive purge of employees a few days ago, or at the end of, I guess, last week, you could say. What did you hear about that purge?
I heard there were 30 to 40 people purged, that they were looking for the leak. They knew there are leaks out of TPUSA. They are terrified of these leaks because of what TPUSA has been up to, and rather than try to be an honest organization. It's just, let's get rid of all the people we think might be disclosing that we're a dishonest organization.
It's just unbelievable.
Not only did he stay, but he also stepped up. He took over roles, co-hosted shows, and remained right next to Erika. That alone raised a question. Why him? Because if everything was being cleaned up and people being pushed out, why was Andrew untouched? Unless he was never seen as a risk, or worse, unless he was part of the inner circle from the start. Now, look at how he talks about her, not like a colleague or a widow he's supporting. There's a tone shift, personal, familiar, almost admiring in a way that doesn't match the situation. He describes her as sharp, strategic, someone who knows everything, someone already prepared.
To tell Erika that.
Yeah.
Erika is very shrewd. She's very smart. It was a great story. I can't really tell you who this was, but it was a very important person. And it happened within hours of the news. And the call goes in, she takes it because it was a very important person. And the question was to her, okay, so just as a starting point, like, what do you know? And she was like, I know everything. And I was like, that's amazing.
And the timing of those statements matters because they came right after Charlie was gone, not before, which makes people ask how long had he known her like that? Then there's the behavior. You go back and watch their appearances together after Charlie's death and something feels off, smiling, laughing, moments that don't align with grief, body language that looks more like comfort between two people who already share something, not processing a sudden loss. And once people noticed that, they started looking closer at the timeline. That's where things get uncomfortable because on the day Charlie was killed, both Andrew and Erika gave a version of events that doesn't fully line up with the data that came out later. Flight records, police scanner timelines, and movement logs all started pointing in a different direction. According to what was uncovered, Andrew wasn't just reacting after the news. He was already in motion. His flight path showed movement towards Scottsdale before the incident fully unfolded. At the same time, Erika's location and timeline didn't match the public version either. And when people put those two together, it created a bigger question. Did they meet before everything happened? Because if they did, then this wasn't two people coming together after a tragedy. These were two people already connected before it. And then there's the moment everyone keeps pointing to, the tarmac. That embrace was presented as raw grief. But once the timing got broken down, it didn't add up the way it was told. The pickup time, flight arrival, and sequence of events, none of it aligns cleanly, which forces a different interpretation. What if that moment wasn't spontaneous? What if it was staged? Now add one more layer, the alibi attempt. When asked where Erika was on that day in an attempt to prove she was home with her kids, Andrew reportedly tried to support Erika's timeline using a photo that didn't match the date, didn't show her, and couldn't confirm anything. And the way it was presented privately without allowing others to verify it raised even more suspicion once it leaked, because that's not how you prove innocence. And once that fell apart, the narrative shifted again from coincidence to coordination. Now bring Charlie back into this, because through all of this, one thing stands out. He didn't seem to know. Everything about how he spoke about Erika suggests he believed the version of her she presented. The disciplined, faithful, conservative image. The woman who claimed she had no past, no distractions, no hidden history. But that version doesn't match what's been uncovered.
What are 3 things that you would say that you look for in someone that you're dating?
I really don't look for anything because I've already found what I'm looking for. Well, I have an amazing girlfriend. She's spectacular.
Is she in politics?
Not really, no.
What can you tell us about her?
She's
What would
beautiful.
you be willing?
She's reverent.
She's a reverend? I didn't know this about her.
She's reverent.
Oh. I was like, wait, this is new. I don't know if we'll want to keep that or not.
Oh, you better keep it. You better keep it.
Okay, she's reverent. So what's an example? What do you mean?
She's prayerful. She believes in God. She's a great person. She believes in other people. She always thinks of other people before herself. She's very fun, and honestly, I'm so blessed to be able to have her in my life.
That is so sweet of you to say. I will say this, Charlie's girlfriend is totally gorgeous. She's so gorgeous.
I'm way over promoted.
Would you like to introduce yourself, or should I introduce you? All right, we'll try it again.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Charlie Kirk Show. Joining me is the most special guest.
The online community felt concern for him way back. A user wrote, "Charlie is so innocent. He fell in love with Erika, but something is really off about her. I couldn't point it out now. Charlie seems like such a naive man," wrote another user. And if it doesn't match, then the question becomes unavoidable. Was Charlie the only one in the room who didn't see it? Because everyone else seems to be connecting the dots now. The past relationships that were denied, the sudden closeness with Andrew, and now the behavior after his death, the inconsistencies in the timeline, the fact that Andrew stayed while others were removed, coupled with the way he speaks about her now. None of these things proves anything on their own, but together they tell a story, and it's not the story that was originally presented. Erika portrays herself as all innocent, but the online community ain't buying it. One user said, "Everything about her is inauthentic and fake." Another wrote, "Old girl lied to poor Charlie, swearing she was just a sweet, innocent, inexperienced, good Christian woman." Yet another said bluntly, "She's disgusting." And if Andrew is finally speaking now, even in fragments or indirectly, then maybe the story isn't coming out by accident. Maybe it's slipping out because it can't be contained anymore, which leaves one question sitting at the center of all of this. If Charlie never knew the truth, who made sure he didn't?